If you're the parent of a highly sensitive child, I'm going to bet that you are sometimes stuck in power struggles with your strong-willed child. I'm going to guess that you sometimes struggle to get your child to cooperate with even basic requests. I'm going to guess that your child sometimes digs in their heels. They might throw really big tantrums over really small challenges. I'm going to guess when your child decides to say no, it is not easy to change their mind or get them off the subject. Highly sensitive kids tend to be very strong-willed, very opinionated, a strong need to be in control and in charge. If this sounds like you and your child, you are not alone. I am Dr. Ceara Deno. I am a pediatrician and parent coach for parents of highly sensitive children. I'm a former highly sensitive child myself, and I have a highly sensitive child. So I know about the power struggles and the strong wills. I have been there. And I now help families get to the other side with more peace and connection. So today, let's talk about what works, what builds connection and cooperation, what gets you out of power struggles and to the other side where there is peace and calm. So first, I want to start with a better understanding of your child and how they function. I tell parents that the highly sensitive nervous system is like a snow globe. Once it gets shaken, that glitter takes a very, very long time to settle. Think about your child's nervous system like that glitter. It doesn't take very much for that glitter to get shaken up. Any sort of change in routine, something unexpected, something your child wasn't looking forward to, any little thing can cause that glitter to get shaken up. And then once it's shaken, it takes a very, very long time to settle. As parents, we have the experience and the tools to kind of get over things sometimes more quickly, but our children don't have those tools yet. They are still struggling, so their nervous system is taking a very, very long time for that glitter to settle. As a parent, when we try to rush our kid through to the other side, we risk shaking up the globe even more. So every time that you try to get your strong-willed child to kind of get over it, to see the logic, to move through their emotions quicker, kind of risk shaking that snow globe up and having it take longer for that dust to settle. So what's helpful? We're going to take your child's cue. They're going to tell us what they're needing. It might be space and time. It might be just some quiet. It's going to take longer than you hope for that glitter to settle, and we're not going to be able to fast forward it, even though we really, really want to. So this is where, as a parent, you're going to need to find some inner peace and calm, even when your child is unhappy. We can't require them to be happy for us to be calm. Does that make sense? I know it's going to be hard, but I'm going to encourage you to find your own happy place, even when your child's glitter is still trying to settle. Okay, we're not going to wait for our child to be happy for us to find our own inner calm and peace. So how are we going to build more connection and cooperation? The very first thing I want you to do is you're going to slow down and listen to your child without judgment or criticism. This means you're going to put your phone away. You're going to let the to-do list go. It'll be there when you come back. This means you're going to turn off the voices in your head that say, my kid's making a big deal about nothing. My kid should get over it. My parents wouldn't have allowed this. Other parents are able to get their kids to do this. Other kids are able to get over this quicker, okay? Whatever the voices in your head that are kind of judgments or comparisons, we're gonna let those go. And we're gonna pay attention. Pay attention to your child's body language. Are they acting happy? Are they avoiding eye contact? Are they hyperactive? So we're gonna pay attention and we're gonna listen to whatever their body, their tone, whatever they're saying, okay? And we're gonna just tune into it. Looks like you're tired. Looks like you're having a tough time. Looks like you're having trouble sitting still. Looks like you really wanna run around. Looks like you find this really boring. So we're paying attention to the words our kids say, but also like, what is their body trying to tell us? And we're gonna turn off all those voices in your head that say, My kid should get over this. This is no big deal. Other kids could handle this. Their brother could handle this. Whatever that comparison judge voice in your head is saying, we're going to put that aside and just listen non-judgmentally. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to allow space for your child's feelings. Highly sensitive kids have really big feelings, and they come up at inopportune, inconvenient times. They come up when we need them to do something, to go somewhere, when we need to be on time, when other people are watching, when there's pressure to get things done. Our kids are going to have big feelings, and the more that we can allow space for those feelings without needing to fix or change them, the easier our lives are going to be. So this can be tricky, okay? Because you have your own agenda, right? And we're going to allow space for your child's feelings, but not allow space for all the behaviors. You are not happy about being in the supermarket and you are, throwing things. You can be unhappy, that's fine, but I'm not going to let you throw things. Either I'll need to carry you, or we'll need to go out to the car, or whatever. So we're not allowing all the behaviors, but we're allowing all the feelings. But Ceara, it makes no sense. Like, my kid has this great life. Like, why are they in such a bad mood because they got the green cup and they wanted the blue cup? Our child's feelings make sense to them. Okay, they don't need to make sense to us, but they make sense to our child. So we're going to allow. That makes sense. I get that you're disappointed. I get that you really, really wanted the green cup and you didn't get it. I get that you really wish we could buy that sugary cereal, or whatever. The more space we allow for your child's feelings, whatever they are, critical, negative, disappointed, the more we allow space for those feelings without making them wrong or judging them or trying to fix them, the more your child's actually going to feel understood and seen, and the less they're going to need to dig in their heels and prove us wrong. I get it. This is really hard for you. I can see that you're upset. That totally makes sense. I understand why you would feel that way. Okay, we're allowing our child's feelings. We're validating them. They make sense. Your feelings make sense. I get it that you're upset. I get it that you wish we could stay at the park. I get it that you wish you didn't have to go to bed. Totally makes sense. Still bedtime. We still have to leave the park. But I get it. That makes sense to me that you have those feelings. So humans love, love, love to be understood. They love to be seen. Okay, so we're allowing the feelings, we're understanding what our child's going through to the extent that we can. And humans love to have control. They love to feel like they have control over themselves and their lives. So we're going to encourage empowerment, which is when kids feel like they have some voice and control. And there's a couple really powerful tools you can use for this. One of them is called sports casting. I literally just say the facts of what I see without telling my kid what they need to do. I see your shoes on the floor in front of the door. I see that your room is really messy. I see that you need to get out of the bathtub because we have to be in bed in 10 minutes. So we're stating the facts without adding our own judgments, right? So not like, you never clean your room, and, why do you leave your shoes on the floor, and you don't think about other people, and I tripped over them. Right, so we're getting rid of all that, okay? We're just stating the facts. And that might be all it takes for your kid to pick up their shoes, to get out of the bathtub. It might not. They might need more help. So the next step is asking our kid, what's your plan for that? I see your shoes right in front of the front door. What's your plan for that? Maybe your kid says, I don't have a plan for that. Okay, well, I would really like those shoes picked up. Are you going to do it now, or are you going to do it in 5 minutes? Okay, so we're empowering kids to make a plan. What's your plan for getting your homework done? What's your plan for bringing your dishes over? This is called collaborative problem solving. You and your kid are going to make a solution together. Now, your kid might say, my plan is to leave them on the front door. Leave the shoes by the front door. Say, well, that's not going to work for me, right? I want to be able to walk through the house without tripping over your shoes. So how could we solve this problem together? What could happen? We're putting your kid in charge of coming up with the solution that works for them in the real world. You might say, what ideas do you have to solve this problem? You might say, here's 2 possible solutions, A and B. We can do it now. You can do it in 5 minutes when I remind you. But what would you like to do? So the next thing I want to talk about is that highly sensitive nervous systems, because they're like this snow globe that's easily shaken up and it takes a long time to settle, these kids need downtime, okay? They need downtime built into their day. If they don't get downtime, their nervous system will be on high alert and they will melt down over small things. So we want to make sure that they are getting quiet time, downtime, time where they are unplugged, time where they are in nature, time where they are getting exercise. We want to be really attentive to sleep. Is your highly sensitive kid getting enough sleep? Is their blood sugar okay? Because their nervous system is so sensitive to small changes, having a rhythm of the day that is predictable is really helpful. There is a predictable time of day that they get exercise. There's a predictable time of day that it's quiet. There's a predictable time of day that they eat. These predictability things will really benefit your sensitive child. They benefit everyone, but especially sensitive children. And before we go, one final thing, I just want to encourage you that play is one of the easiest ways to build cooperation and connection. And you can surprise your child with play in any number of different ways, whatever really speaks to your heart. So I am a really big fan of silliness, of surprising kids with things that they're not going to expect an adult to do or say. And so you're going to know your child and your sense of humor and what's going to work for you. But how can I surprise my child with play in a way that makes them want to cooperate? Because it's more fun. Fun is a way for us to connect and cooperate with each other. This might look like using a silly voice. It might look like singing what you want. It might look like a dance party. It could be a game. It could be who can throw the most socks into the laundry basket the quickest. Again, you're going to use what you know about your child and what they find silly and funny and playful to encourage that natural cooperation, natural connection. All right, I hope you got some amazing ideas today for how to build that connection and natural cooperation with your child. If you are stuck in power struggles, if you are stuck arguing with your child, if they're aggressive, if they're melting down, having frequent tantrums, we should chat. I help families create more peaceful, connected homes, especially with their highly sensitive child. I'm Ceara Deno. To get started building your more peaceful home, download my free guide in the comments, or you can schedule a free call with me. I can tell you exactly what would be helpful in your specific, unique situation to create a more peaceful home. Take care.